Okay, I'm back. Why? I'm really not sure, but I'm here. Yo, I'll tell you what, for someone who wants to really like low key make it in YouTube and gain an audience, like it doesn't make sense how much I dislike recording videos. Bro, okay, so what am I here to talk about? So, I recently discovered that I am in fact the definition of a gifted person. Um, Now, when I told my friends this, they were like, "Oh, you just realizing," kind of thing, and I felt kind of silly. I felt kind of goofy for me, but it was a big deal for me. I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of the stuff that I've experienced and what I lived through, it's just different. The way I think is different. The way I seek to understand things is different. Like the speed at which I think is different. Um, my the level of perception that I have is different than a lot of people, and I don't want to characterize myself as somebody that's better because I don't think that's productive at all. Um, Speaking of productivity, I'm on the PS5 playing Battlefront 2 as I'm making this. But regardless, I don't think it's productive for me to say that I'm better than anybody else. But I do think I have a high sense of perception, and I think way more deeply into things than most people. Um, and that comes with benefits and negatives. But I don't know. There's always been certain people in my life that for whatever reason they just really really like. I joke and I call them fans and stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, like they really there for me and they really vouch for me, and it's like, yo, random people would be like, yo, like they'll just like say I'm smart, but in a way that's like mad random. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not over here on a board solving an equation. Like for me, I'm not here. For me, equals. Like for me, I'm not on that bullshit. I'm just, I might point something out, or I don't know. I might say something in a way that people don't really think about it, I guess, and they end up like, I don't know, being impressed or something, or like it changes like their perception, their perspective of what they've thought already. Um, And I'm thinking for me like that's just normal. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm like everybody thinks like this. So whatever. Maybe in that moment I just thought it differently. Who cares? Come to find out that I literally meet the definition, the criteria of a gifted individual. Right. So let's search it up. What is a gifted individual? Right. So it says someone who demonstrates exceptional abilities or talents in one or more areas, often surpassing their peers in intellectual, creative, artistic, or leadership capacity. Common traits. Gifted individuals share traits like advanced thinking, emotional intensity, heightened self awareness, strong curiosity, and excellent memory. See, what I don't like to do, not what I don't like to do, what I don't agree with is excellent memory. I think I'd be forgetting shit. But everything else, I'm not gonna lie, like is very there. It's very there. Like, bro, it's a heightened self awareness, and I'm over here debunking the excellent memory fact. For me, that's self awareness right there. That's self awareness. I just showed you that I was self aware, and like I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, but yeah, and I don't know why it's such a discovery for me, but I don't know. I'm making this because I think there's other people in the world that might be just as confused as me, and they might think, why do I see things that other people don't see? Why do I read between the oops? Why do I read between the lines so well? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I crazy? No, you're not. I don't think you are crazy, and I don't think you have autism either. Um, I know nobody technically said that, but I thought at one point I had autism. I thought I had ADHD. I thought I had OCD. I thought I had A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. I thought I had all of that. I'm not gonna lie, but I was being very very hard on myself, and I was abandoning myself because I thought the world was better. Because I thought I was the one that was pretending to see things that weren't there when in reality I see things that people don't even see, that don't even consider. And that's actually really helpful in terms of my ability to make decisions and predict certain situations and even help people go through motions of life and shit like that. So I've all learned this recently, and there's even so here's the funniest part. Search up gifted individual second, it's like second childhood. It's like something like that. So look, boom, I searched it up. It says the concept of a second childhood and gifted individual refer to a period of self-discovery and rediscovery of oneself, often after a gifted person has learned about their unique abilities in adulthood. Bro, like that's what I'm going through, dude. Bro, I'm just built different, I think, right? That's like basically the gist of the whole video. I just wanted to tell y'all, like I'm better than you. Um, you guys will never understand. And subscribe, I guess, because the next video I make will come out in approximately, you know, the next 30 million business days or something. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if there's anyone out there that's kind of like, yo, why do I've just always felt different. You know, I never really related to people my age in high school. I never I never had similar hobbies with a lot of people, or I was interested in things that were way beyond my time. I was quote unquote mature beyond my years, you know, and some people were intimidated by me, like, or some people were jealous, even jealous of you, because I mean, what I've learned is that people can usually tell when they're lacking something, and especially when they're and insecure about it. They can always tell when they're lacking something, especially when they're insecure about it. And once they see that in somebody else, bro, I mean, it's chops. Like you become for me the train of the hate. What is it? The conductor of the hate train, bro. Um, that doesn't even make sense. What I'm trying to say is people start hating on you because you have something that they don't. Um, and I've experienced that as well. And it's not fun. It's not fun. Narcissists in particular really don't like me because I've never felt the need to perform or try socially. If I make a joke, I make it because I think it's funny, and if people find it funny too. I'm not necessarily performing for nobody. I'm not on stage for me. I'm just being me, you know. And I also notice I have certain high expectations of the world around me that were never really realistic. So, you know, it's really easy to get disappointed by the reality of the world. And so oftentimes I just stay quiet and I observe other people and just to see who I'm really near, you know, because I can never really tell. You can never really know who to fully allow into your life. You know what I mean? Especially when you know what you provide in relationships. You know your worth. You know what you contribute to a relationship dynamic. You know, when you're very self-aware like that, and you can just read people so well. At least me, I can read people very well, and I've always kind of known that. But I would have been easier for me to realize that if I didn't downplay everything I did ever all the time. If I wasn't such a perfectionist or wasn't so hard on myself. So, but the funny thing is, the moment I started being nicer to myself, I actually started to understand how I was different from other people, and that didn't necessarily mean that there was anything wrong with me. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot. So like I said, I'm gonna make this video to kind of for anybody that hopefully will come across this. I have no idea if anybody will for real, but I mean, if they do, leave a comment or something. I'll probably end up making this video in the future with like actual research and like effort, I guess. um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll see y'all soon.